There comes a time when the noise of life begins to quiet, when the busyness of the world feels distant, and a small, gentle voice inside begins to whisper, "Who am I, truly?" That question marks the beginning of the most profound journey a person can ever take, the journey inward. The path of self-discovery is not a straight road. It twists, it climbs, and it asks you to walk into places within yourself that you've long avoided. But within that uncertainty lives something beautiful, joy. Joy not born from what you have or what you achieve, but from the awakening of your true essence. Each small realization, each honest moment of awareness becomes like a sunrise breaking through the fog. You start to see not just who you are, but who you were always meant to become. To know yourself, you must learn to sit in stillness, to listen without distraction to your inner voice. It is here, in the quiet spaces, that the mirror of the heart reveals its truth. Sometimes it shows beauty, sometimes it shows pain, but both are part of you, both deserve to be seen. We spend so much of our lives trying to meet expectations of others, of society, even of ourselves, that we forget to simply be. When you allow yourself to look inward without judgment, you begin to meet your own soul with compassion. You see that every mistake has taught you wisdom, every loss has shaped your strength, and every tear has softened your heart. The joy of self-discovery comes not from perfection, but from acceptance, from realizing that you are enough, even as you continue to grow. Change is the heartbeat of growth, yet it is the one thing we resist most. The path of self-discovery invites you to change, not because you are broken, but because you are becoming whole. True joy comes when you have the courage to let go of who you once were and step into who you are meant to be. It takes bravery to admit that some habits, some beliefs, and even some relationships no longer serve the person you're becoming. But in that surrender lies freedom. Like a flower breaking through stone, your spirit knows how to rise. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to rediscover your inner strength. And when you look back, you'll see that the very moments that once made you tremble became the ones that made you bloom. There is wisdom in stillness, but there is also peace in surrender. To walk the path of self-discovery is to learn to trust life's rhythm, to know that every ending leads to a beginning, every fall to a new rise. You cannot control the river, but you can learn to flow with it. When you release what no longer belongs, fear, guilt, regret, you create space for peace to enter. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means allowing yourself to move forward with grace. The joy of self-discovery is like that river, ever moving, ever evolving, always finding its way back to the sea of truth. You begin to realize it's not about forcing the journey, but trusting its timing. There is joy in arriving at yourself, not in the version that pleases the world, but in the version that feels true. You discover that joy doesn't demand perfection. It asks for presence. It is found in the moments you pause to breathe, to laugh, to simply exist. It's in the awareness that your worth has never depended on what you do. It has always lived quietly within who you are. The joy of becoming is a gentle unfolding, like a flower opening to the sun. And when you see yourself clearly, without masks or fear, the world begins to reflect that same light back to you. Joy becomes not something you chase, but something you are. The path of self-discovery does not end. It continues through every phase of life, through laughter and loss, through beginnings and farewells. Each season teaches something new about who you are and what matters most. As you walk, you begin to understand that joy is not the final reward, but the constant companion of awareness. Even in difficult moments, you can find traces of beauty, reminders that growth is still unfolding. You realize that the destination was never the goal. It was always about the journey itself. To walk in awareness is to walk in joy. To walk in acceptance is to walk in peace. Stand tall, like a statue carved from light, rooted in truth yet open to the winds of change. Every scar you carry, every step you've taken has shaped the masterpiece that is you. The path of self-discovery is not about finding yourself. It is about remembering yourself. And when you finally return to that sacred place of knowing, you will see that you were never lost. You were always growing, always awakening, always becoming. Joy is your birthright. Peace is your home. And self-discovery is the light that guides you back to both. So walk your path gently. Carry joy like a lantern in your heart, lighting the way even in the darkest hours. Be kind to yourself in the becoming. Because in the end, the most beautiful discovery you will ever make is that the light you were searching for was always within you.